beginning of the new semester. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, aniraharris.com. Those who are new to my channel, please do me a favor, subscribe my channel down there, and thank you so much for that. So for today's video is for one of my subject FSC 412 Creative and Critical Thinking. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So for this topic, we'll start with the introduction of critical thinking. There are creative and critical thinking. So this week I will be focusing more on what is critical thinking. We go one by one, okay? Rest assured. Let's get to know what is thinking. Do you know what is thinking mean? Thinking is about you start asking a question and seeking for an answer. Once you start thinking about what I'm gonna have for breakfast, thinking. Why does he hate me? Thinking. So those kind of concept about asking a question, no matter what, asking to whom or who, it's a process of thinking. Let's go deeper. Thinking is a purposeful, organized cognitive process that we use to make sense of our world. It's about thinking of cause and effect, this and that, A and B. As I said earlier, thinking is about asking a question. This means problem solving. Once you ask a question, you need an answer. So a problem solving process in another word, and also known as a decision making. So in order to solve a problem, we usually use our brain. Yes. So for our brain, we have left and right. Right and left. Right brain, usually it involves creative thinking, and for our left side here, we usually critical thinking in problem solving. So that is the very basic understanding about psychology and creative and critical thinking. Types of thinking, there are two: left and right, creative and critical. Critical thinking also required an intellectual skills or a cognitive process in order to execute a critical thinker. So by this mean, critical thinking is effectively identify, analyze or evaluate some arguments or statements or anything. So it's more being critical about a situation, but don't be too critical. You might fall under a different illness. Okay, so being a critical is good, but being too critical is not good. Okay, some people, they do think a lot about a small thing. Being a critical thinker is also mean you are discovering or overcome personal prejudice and biases. So yeah, you are evaluating things that might have something to do with you or might not have to do with you. It's all about you evaluate those kind of things. By critical, it also can formulate and present convincing reason in support of conclusion. So whenever you are finding a solution, remember decision making, problem solving, you are in the process of discovering something as well. And of course, the good thing about being a critical thinker is you are able to reason something, intelligent decision, and about what to believe in whatever you are doing. The keyword for critical thinking here is analyzing a problem, evaluating, reasoning. So these are the things involved your critical thinking. Up until now, listening to my critical thinking lecture, who thinks that I'm not a critical thinker? Don't worry, to become a critical thinking or critical thinker, there's a skills that you can develop within yourself. How to be more critical. Number one is reasoning, the skills of reasoning something. Number two, skills of evaluating between two things, three things, or many more. But don't start big, just start with small things first around you. The third skills is problem solving. I bet everybody can solve a problem. It's just a matter of you found the answer or not at that moment. Skills number four is decision making. In order to solve a problem, you need to find a solution. When you found a solution, sometimes it's not just one, there might be two, three. So decision making goes back to the reasoning and evaluating, taking the best solution to decide at that moment for that particular problem. Last but not least, the analyzing skills. So analyzing skills, you need to able to reason or to analyze this situation. These are the skills that you can practice in order to become more critical. For your academic performance, you need those skills that I've explained earlier, like analyzing, decision making, problem solving, reasoning, evaluating. So those criteria is applicable into your academic world, academic performance. Critical thinking happens every day in your daily life, even what to eat for lunch or for dinner. So those small questions and seeking for an answer is a thinking process. And how to know that I'm a critical thinker enough? There are criteria to identify a person being a critical or not. Let's go check. What is it? Number one, you are an open-minded person. You are okay about other people's view towards yourself. You don't give a damn about what people are going to see. Honest. Criteria number two is honest. Honest to yourself, honest to an answer, honest to everything that you decide in your life, even when you are wrong. Courage and patience. The courage, whether you are brave enough to take this decision to solve your problem, and the passion about finding an answer. Next characteristic is being aware about what happens around you, and welcome criticism. Is more like this open-minded, but welcome criticism is accept what people say or critiques toward yourself. Last but not least is be independent. Independent here is a little bit of complicated, but let me put it in this way. Independent mean your opinion. It's not you are independent enough, live in a big country alone, but it's your opinion. Is your opinion independent enough to stand on its own? And last but not least, class exercise. Yeah, your day won't be complete unless you answer my class exercise. So for today's exercise is based on what I have lectured and the notes that I posted on via Google Classroom. Name the 5 elements of critical thinking. Okay, the keyword starts with reasoning. Alright, I guess that's it for today's video lecture. Until we meet again in the next video for the next following class, much love from me. Love ya. See ya. Oh, don't forget to subscribe for those who are new to my channel.